We often overlook the profound influence our relationships have on our mental, emotional, and physical well-being, dismissing them as mere components of our daily routines. But what if I told you that the quality of the relationships you nurture could be the ultimate key to living a life brimming with joy and fulfillment? Let's delve into the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, a philosophy not just about enduring life's hardships, but also understanding the critical importance of choosing relationships that foster growth, peace, and happiness. Stoicism teaches us that true tranquility doesn't stem merely from surviving challenges. It arises from living in harmony with ourselves and others. It urges us to surround ourselves with people who respect, elevate, and challenge us to become better, not those who simply keep us comfortable. This isn't just about avoiding negativity. It's about actively cultivating connections aligned with virtues like justice, wisdom, courage, and moderation. In this X, let's embark on this journey together, learning to release toxic ties gracefully while protecting what matters most, your inner serenity. If this resonates with you, consider showing support by subscribing to ensure you stay with us every step of the way. Each stride forward will bring you closer to a life guided by purpose, integrity, and peace. Respect as the foundation of relationships. At the core of every healthy relationship lies respect. It is the cornerstone upon which all other elements are built: trust, kindness, and mutual understanding. In Stoic philosophy, respect is deeply intertwined with the virtue of justice, which demands fairness and dignity in our interactions with others. When respect is absent, not only are fundamental ethical norms violated, but the principles guiding us toward a meaningful and virtuous life are undermined as well. Reflect on how you feel when someone treats you disrespectfully, even as you extend courtesy toward them. It's more than uncomfortable. It slowly erodes your dignity. This subtle erosion isn't merely harmful. It chips away at your ability to live virtuously. Stoicism encourages responding with reason, emotional clarity, and detachment, recognizing that disrespect deviates from a virtuous path. Rather than reacting with anger or resentment, we calmly evaluate the situation and decide whether continuing the relationship is worthwhile. Stepping away from a disrespectful relationship isn't failure. It's an affirmation of your worth and commitment to living justly. Stoic wisdom teaches that by setting boundaries and safeguarding our peace, we can actively choose relationships that nurture our integrity and well-being, mental health, and emotional exhaustion. The relationships we maintain profoundly impact our mental health and emotional well-being. Stoicism emphasizes the value of ataraxia, the state of calmness and equilibrium, regardless of external circumstances. Yet, if you consistently find yourself feeling anxious, stressed, or emotionally drained because of someone close to you, it's clear that the relationship may be sapping your energy rather than enriching your life. Stoicism does not advocate enduring negative situations simply for the sake of resilience. Instead, it encourages protecting our peace by surrounding ourselves with environments and individuals who nourish us. When a relationship perpetually drains your emotional reserves, it obstructs the path to a peaceful and meaningful existence. The Stoics urge us to distance ourselves from those who bring negativity into our lives, ensuring we prioritize our mental health and emotional resilience. This isn't about avoiding discomfort. It's about making intentional decisions aligned with Stoic virtues such as wisdom, rationality, and emotional fortitude. Taking steps to safeguard your mental peace, whether through boundary setting or distancing yourself from toxic relationships, is a pro. When these values clash with someone else's actions, it creates internal discomfort and tension. Stoicism places immense value on personal integrity and the pursuit of virtue. If someone close to you consistently behaves in ways that contradict your values, dishonesty, disrespect, or other vices, it can become a persistent source of inner conflict. The Stoics emphasized surrounding ourselves with people who reflect the virtues we strive to embody. When someone's actions repeatedly oppose your values, it generates friction that hinders your peace and personal growth. Recognizing this misalignment isn't about condemning others. It's about realizing that some relationships may not serve your moral and ethical development. Stoicism teaches us to thoughtfully reflect on these connections. Is reconciliation or compromise isn't possible? By doing so, you ensure that your connections support your highest aspirations. Emotional and physical exhaustion. A healthy relationship should leave both individuals feeling energized, uplifted, and supported. If you consistently feel emotionally or physically drained after interacting with someone, it's a clear sign that something is wrong. Stoicism teaches us to manage our internal energy wisely, using it to foster growth and peace. Relationships that constantly deplete us are in direct conflict with this philosophy. Feeling drained after engaging with someone isn't just a minor inconvenience. It's a signal that the relationship is costing you more than it's giving. The Stoics stress the importance of reciprocal, nurturing relationships that contribute to our well-being and growth. When a relationship leaves you exhausted, it's an opportunity to pause and evaluate why this is happening. Are the dynamics unhealthy, or is the other person taking more than they're giving? Addressing this emotional drain requires introspection. Sometimes it means distancing yourself from those who consume your energy and reevaluating the role such relationships play in your life. It's not about avoiding difficult relationships, but choosing ones that nourish your growth, peace, and overall well-being. #Conclusion. The Stoic path to healthier relationships. By embracing Stoic principles, we can transform how we approach relationships. Stoicism provides clear guidance on recognizing when certain connections no longer serve our well-being or personal growth. It teaches us to choose relationships that align with our virtues, support our peace, and foster our development into better, more virtuous individuals. Whether it involves letting go of toxic ties or cultivating healthier connections, Stoic wisdom equips us with the tools needed to live a life of integrity and tranquility. Whether due to a lack of mutual support, constant negativity, or unrealistic demands, identifying the root cause is key to addressing the issue. Once you recognize the source of the conflict, you can choose a path forward, whether through honest communication, setting firmer boundaries, or, in more severe cases, distancing yourself to protect your peace and well-being. Handling draining relationships isn't just about eliminating negativity from your life. It's about making space for healthier, supportive connections that truly nurture your personal growth. According to Stoic philosophy, every relationship should enrich your life, not diminish its value. Relationships should be spaces where you can thrive, not places that drain your energy or create unnecessary stress. When your bonds align with Stoic ideals, mutual respect, honesty, and have you ever stopped to wonder why, despite the endless flood of advice on how to live your best life, we still wrestle with feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, and unfulfillment? It's as if happiness is that elusive prize we all chase desperately, yet it always seems just beyond our grasp. This paradox reminds me of a powerful Stoic principle. we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Pause for a moment. How many of our fears, worries, and what-ifs ever actually come true? Yet these thoughts crush us, shaping our reality far more than actual events do. This idea is profound because it challenges how we process and respond to life. In a world obsessed with instant gratification and ceaseless external validation, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. But there is hope. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy centered on virtue, wisdom, and emotional control, offers timeless lessons for the modern world. In a world obsessed with instant gratification and ceaseless external validation, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. But there is hope. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy centered on reflecting on the relationship's dynamics, will help you determine whether it's worth saving or if it's time to distance yourself to preserve your integrity and mental peace. Ultimately, freeing yourself from manipulative relationships allows you to realign with the Stoic ideal of living authentically and truthfully, ensuring clearer thoughts and greater inner peace. Trust, the foundation of meaningful relationships. At the heart of every meaningful relationship lies trust. In Stoicism, trust is intrinsically linked to the virtue of justice, which values fairness, honesty, and reliability. Trust provides the foundation for all healthy connections. Without it, relationships become unstable, riddled with doubts and insecurities that hinder genuine intimacy. When trust is broken, it's often because these Stoic virtues have been neglected. Its absence breeds suspicion, fear, and defensiveness. In a relationship where trust is compromised, you find yourself constantly on guard. Stoicism teaches us to be trustworthy and transparent, not only because they are virtuous qualities, but because they create an environment where trust can flourish. If trust is broken, confront the situation with self-reflection and open communication. Ask yourself, am I contributing in any way to the lack of trust? Stoicism advocates addressing these questions directly and returning to integrity and honesty to rebuild trust if the other party is at fault. A Stoic response might involve empathy and understanding, but with the necessary firmness to set boundaries. However, in some cases, restoring trust may not be possible, and you may need to distance yourself from the relationship to protect your mental peace. Trust isn't just the foundation of relationships, it's also crucial for Stoic tranquility. Without trust, relationships cannot provide the calm that Stoicism values. And you must reevaluate those bonds to align them with your moral and philosophical commitments. Abuse contradicts the central principle of treating all human beings with inherent dignity and respect. Stoicism teaches that maintaining self-respect and well-being is paramount, and no external adversity or injustice, including abuse, should compromise that. When facing abuse, Stoicism doesn't encourage enduring it in silence, but rather stepping away from harmful situations. The Stoic practice of maintaining an inner citadel means preserving your integrity and mental peace, regardless of external misfortunes. If you're in an abusive relationship, distancing yourself from the source of harm isn't about revenge, but protecting your mental and emotional health. Stoicism emphasizes acting with wisdom and courage, making decisions that safeguard your dignity and well-being. This might mean seeking help from trusted friends, family, or professionals who can guide you in taking the necessary steps to ensure your safety. For the Stoics, personal and moral growth is central to living a good. Relationships aren't just companionships. They should be platforms for mutual support, challenging each other to become better versions of yourselves. When a relationship lacks growth or support, it goes against these Stoic ideals, leading to stagnation. A relationship where both individuals support and challenge each other creates fertile ground for mutual growth, offering constructive feedback, shared experiences, and encouragement to live in alignment with one's principles. Without this foundation of mutual support, stagnation sets in. Your potential is stifled, and personal development grinds to a halt. Stoicism teaches that growth is essential to a flourishing life, and when a relationship no longer serves this purpose, it becomes crucial to reflect on the reasons behind its stagnation. Addressing this issue might involve an open conversation to redefine the goals of the relationship, or in some cases, recognizing that the relationship has become an obstacle rather than a catalyst. When a relationship fails to contribute to these aims, reevaluating its role in your life becomes necessary. In life, we encounter different types of relationships. Some nourish us, while others drain us. The Stoic approach to these challenges emphasizes truth, integrity, and self-respect. By addressing negative dynamics, setting boundaries, and seeking relationships that foster mutual growth and support, we create a life aligned with our values and principles. Sometimes, a relationship can become more than neutral. It can transform into a barrier that prevents you from achieving the life you truly desire. Recognizing this dynamic isn't just about personal satisfaction. It's about ensuring that your connections reflect your core values and contribute to your growth rather than stifling it. A fulfilling life is driven by purpose and intentionality, and sometimes that means reassessing who deserves your energy. In Stoic philosophy, relationships are not merely sources of companionship. A healthy relationship thrives on mutual support. But when one person consistently prioritizes their own needs at the expense of the other, they undermine the principles that sustain a strong bond. Such selfishness contradicts the Stoic ideal of striving for balance and respect in all interactions. A truly balanced relationship requires both parties to give and receive equally. When one person takes continuously without contributing in return, resentment builds. Over time, trust erodes, affection fades, and the connection weakens. Stoicism teaches that virtue lies in self-control and recognizing that the well-being of others holds as much value as our own. If selfishness dominates a relationship, it becomes an impediment to personal and moral growth. Addressing selfish behavior demands honesty and clear communication. According to Stoic thought, recognizing and defending your needs is not selfishness, it's an act of self-care. Setting clear boundaries and communicating them assertively is essential for a relationship to thrive. If, after doing so, your needs continue to be ignored, it may be time to reconsider the relationship. Stoicism teaches us to surround ourselves with people who support our growth, not those who drain our energy. A relationship that consistently fails to meet this standard may not be worth maintaining. Mutual accountability is a cornerstone of any strong relationship. Stoicism emphasizes personal responsibility, urging us to reflect on our actions and take ownership of their consequences. When accountability is absent, misunderstandings multiply and trust erodes. Relationships require clear expectations and mutual respect to flourish. If one person repeatedly fails to assume responsibility, The relationship becomes. If your relationships do not reflect these values, the bravest decision may be to walk away, choosing your peace and growth over clinging to something that no longer nurtures or serves you.